What's happening, folks? It's your boy, Naptown Born, coming back at you once again for the post-fight, last night's Undercards. And I guess the main event, because I think it's worth talking about. Because Mora won. Fuck you. Mora won. It's bullshit. Anyway. Okay, Ponce de Leon, Escalante. Now, I think most people thought this was going to be competitive, but Ponce de Leon cracked that motherfucker. Right hook. Boom! Knocked out. Next fight. Who was the next fight? Oh, Victor Ortiz knocks out Vivian Harris. Now, this was expected. You know, it really was expected. Should have been expected. I know some people thought Harris might give Ortiz some problems here and there. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Yeah, he did a little bit. First round, feeler round. No, Ortiz owned him. He fucking cracked him, knocked him out. Knocked him down 3 times in the second round, and then fucking knocked his ass out in the third. Moving on. Canelo Alvarez knocks out Carlos Baldomir. I told you. It's one of the few times I'm going to be able to say that on here, because a lot of times I don't get them right, but I fucking told you. But it's not as impressive as some people are going to make it out to be. Because Baldomir has a tough chin. He does have a tough chin, but he's been fighting smaller guys. Now he fights this bigger guy, younger guy, and Baldomir's old. He hasn't fought in like a year. When was his last good fight anyway? And Alvarez knocked him out. It was a nice fucking knockout too. Baldomir went night-night for a few seconds there, standing up and hit the fucking canvas. Alvarez got some power in that punch, but I'm not going to fucking scream Alvarez the next pound-for-pound king right now. He's too young, and as MTBB said, still got a lot to prove. This really didn't prove much, but it put him on par, like I said, where he needs to be. You know, I appreciated him fighting Baldomir, though. I mean, he could have picked a lot of easier opponents, and he picked Baldomir. Baldomir gave him some scraps, I think, every round, and was in the fight up until the point when he got knocked out. I mean, they were trading. You could see Alvarez getting hit, but they weren't that hard, and Alvarez just fucking cracked him. And so he knocked him out. You know, I don't have much else to say on the undercards. We will talk about the main event, even though I'm not particularly fond of talking about the main event. But, in my opinion, it was 8 rounds to 4. Sergio Mora. I couldn't see giving Mosley any more than 4 rounds. I couldn't see it. I just could not see giving Mosley any more than 4 rounds. And however the fuck he won 8 rounds on somebody's scorecard is fucking beyond me. Now, I'm not going to... I was, you know, when we were watching the fight online, I was in the chat room like, oh, he got robbed, but it wasn't as bad as Katolnik Alexander, and I put up a little bit of defense there, so in retrospect, it's not so much of a robbery, but just the wrong decision. I do think Mora should have won. I know he was fighting negatively, but again, like Darrell Froch, just because he was fighting negatively doesn't mean he loses. For every clean shot I saw Mosley land, I saw 2 clean shots for Mora. And you could dispute that all you want, but I watched the fight without Punch Stat this time, and it was wonderful. I don't want to watch Punch Stat no more. I think it's full of shit. At the end, I'm looking up this shit on the internet saying Mosley landed so much more than Mora, and I just don't see that. I just can't see that. I didn't see that watching it, and I don't see it now. Mora should have won the fight. Mosley looks like shit. He's old, he's gassed, he's tired, he's done, he's shot. Fucking, I hope he retires, but he didn't say anything about retiring. And Golden Boy can probably squeeze a few more coins out of his ass. You know what I mean? And that's the way it is, the way it goes. He looked shot in his last fight. He doesn't look much better in this one against a much lesser opponent. And he still should have lost. It shouldn't have been a draw. That's a gift to Mosley, saying, maybe you don't want to go out on a loss, but here, take this draw. Now maybe you'll go away. But if you don't go away, if Mosley don't go away, he comes back and fights somebody top again, he's going to get his ass kicked. Right now, I would pick Berto to beat Mosley. Right now, I would. He can't pull the trigger. And when he does try and pull the trigger, he's hitting nothing but air. He's waiting. Too hesitant. It was in fucking jazz hands again. I can't fucking stand it. I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. Mora was running around a lot, especially in the beginning of the fight, but he had to do that. I think people are misinterpreting the way he was fighting. He's scared. Well, you don't brawl with fucking Sugar Shane Mosley. Who the fuck brawls with Sugar Shane Mosley? Anybody who does comes out on the losing end of that fucking shit. You know what I mean? So he had to box. He had to move. He had to stay away from Mosley. And by Mora using his legs and running and having Mosley chase his ass around the fucking ring, Mosley looked fucking tired. And he looked done. And at the end of the fight when they were interviewing, he didn't think he won the fight. Don't fucking tell me shit. That motherfucker didn't think he won the fight. He wasn't going to say Mora won. He was just going to say he thought it was a good decision just because he got the better end of that decision. And believe me, a draw between Mosley and Mora is a gift to Mosley. It's a gift. It's saying here, you've done a lot in boxing. Here's your respect. You were the aggressor, whether it was effective or not. It just looked like shit. But I haven't really watched anybody else's thoughts yet. I'm just getting my morning going and stuff. So, fuck. I'll probably make another video later. But Mora definitely should have won. But I'm not going to fucking sit here and scream robbery, robbery, robbery. It was a draw. Mosley was the aggressor. I'll take it. I still think it was wrong. Naptown born. Deuces.